What's up, Turds? It's Sean Kruger, Team Destined here, bringing to you another video. This time around, it's going to be a deck profile video on an updated deck in the BT22 format, and that would be Omnimon. Omnimon is honestly a pretty good deck now. I felt like it was always in a decent spot before, but it kind of needed that like extra push. And with the support in BT22 involving the new CS cards, I feel like Omni is in a very good spot now. You can have so many options in terms of like the types of Omni that you go into, and it can be very frustrating to deal with if you're playing against it. Always having to account for all the different options that an Omni player now has. I got a quick one for y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking and get right to the video. All right, so first off, we have our eggs. We have 4 of the new BT22 Sumimon. When any of your Digimon with the unidentified or CS trader are played, draw a card. You're playing a bunch of CS Digimon, not unidentified. But anyways, you're going to be able to draw a card without having to swing into security like the old Koromon. So that's really nice. I like that a lot. I think it's a good inclusion. And that's it, just 4 of those eggs. It is black, but you are going to be able to Digivolve on top of it because it is CS, and your rookies are majority going to be CS. So we have the new BT22 Agamon, can Digivolve into a CS level 2 for 0. On play, you may return 1 Digimon card with Greymon, Garurumon, or Omni in its name from your trash to the hand. End of turn. This Digimon and any of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve. Really good. Just because you're accessing your trash, which is arguably the best resource that you can pull from. Coming from a purple player, I think being able to access your use your trash as a resource is incredibly broken. So really nice to pick up those pieces, especially when the game goes kind of long and everything is in trash already. You can pick up basically anything you need. Last of the Agamons, we have 3 of the EX4 Agamon. This one's nice. It's a real top 3 at a Digimon card with Greymon. And 1 Gabu-Garu or Omni. Place a rest at the top of the deck in any order. So that's really nice because you can dictate what your next draws are going to be. And then the inheritable is when one of your other Digimon Digivolves, gain a 1 memory. So this is really nice because it's a searcher. Lets you pick up your pieces. You can potentially add 2. I've seen people run the starter warping Agumon from, was it the adventure deck, I think. You can run that. That's cool. But to be honest, I just prefer the searching potential. So adding to the consistency and having an extra search is always nice. But you can run whichever floats your boat. Last up for the rookies, we have 4 of the new BT22 Gabumon. Reveal top 3, add a card with Omnimon in its text, and then CS trait among them to the hand. So keep in mind it's just a trait, so you can add Tamer as well. You can also add the option, which we are running. Its inheritable is the end of turn you can DNA, so that's kind of a given with any type of these Omnimon decks. That's it for the rookies. We are only running 11 rookies. It's a little tight. I'm running some greedy ratios, that's for sure. But I'm just trying the deck out right now. So I've been having fun with it so far, and this is my build. So now we have, skipping right to the megas, we have 4 of the new BT22 Wargrey. It's interesting because, you know, you don't have any level 5s, but you can warp because if you have a Nokia, you can warp into from an Agamon into the Wargreymon for a cost of 6. So that's really nice because the old version, you'd basically be dropping a Wargrey for 8, right? But this one is when Digivolving, activate one of the effects below. One of your Digimon Gabumon may warp into MLGA. Or you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. So that's always super nice, being able to delete lowest DP as opposed to 8K. That also matters. And then the inheritable, it's like the old one. When attacking, if there's Omnimon in its name, trash your opponent's top security. Now we have just 1 of the BT17 Wargrey. This one's still nice because you're still running Matt Tai, so you are still going to be able to play this for 8. But again, it has that restriction of 8k DP for the deletion effect, and then it has the same warping effect, warping Gabon into MLGA. The inheritable is still the same, so I'm not going to go over that. But feel free to run this at 6. Add an extra one of these if you want. But again, I'm being a little greedy, just running 5. There's a lot of search in the deck now, so I'm not having as much trouble finding my pieces as before. Now for the Melgas, we have for the new BT22 Melga. Same thing with the War Gray. You can warp from your Gabu for 6 if there's a Nokia. When digivolving one of your Agamon, you can warp your Agamon into a War Gray, or you can return a one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to the hand. That's very different from the old one, because the old one would just freeze instead of bouncing. So this is another arguably a better effect, right? When attacking, the inheritable is still the same if this Digimon has Omni unsuspends. Really nice for pushing game or just getting your Omni unsuspend in case you need to block something. And then we have one of the old BT17 Melga. Again, if you have a Mashita, reduce play cost by 3, so you play for 8. Activate one of the effects below one of your opponent's Digimon. Or Tamers can't suspend, right? And it has the warping effect, and then same inheritables. So this is really good against decks like well, let's see, like Magna or Tamer decks that need to suspend. So yeah, 5 and 5. Those were the ratios I was running before when I first started playing this new version, like the CS Omni. I was running 6, so 6 of each. So you can do that, but again, I'm trying to see how greedy I can get with this build. So now for the Omnimons, we have 4 of the BT22 Omnimon. As blocker and decoyed red black, decode blue yellow. On play when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. When digivolving, for every 2 same level cards in this Digimon stack, return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck, then this Digimon may attack. So let's go over that when digivolving effect real quick. Every 2 same level cards, you're basically going to have the ability to bottom deck 2 cards, right? So because you're going to have 2 level 3s and 2 6s usually, right? So that means you can target bottom deck 2 Digimon, and then the when attacking is super crazy too, because you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. So that's a 3 Digimon board wipe basically. As blocker, so you can defend yourself if you need to, and then the decode is really nice in case the body gets removed. You still get to pump out those resources and have the Agumon and Gabumon ready to go. Something to keep in mind is that if you are running a black rookie, your rookie needs to be your black rookie needs to be Agumon, because I actually wanted to run was it Gabumon? I think I have it over here. This Gabumon. So yeah, in my previous Omni list, I was running this Gabumon. But the thing is with the decode, the decode is red black and then blue yellow, right? So your blue rookie is always going to be your Gabumon. So if you want full value, your black Digimon needs to be Agu. Just keep in mind that is why I'm running Agumon instead of Gabu. So that's it for those Omnis. Next up we have 2 of the EX9 Omni. This one's really nasty too. DNA digivolving, your opponent's Digimon effects don't activate, don't affect this Digimon for the turn. Then delete one of their Digimon with the highest or all of their Digimon with the highest level. End of attack, play a Greymon in its name, or version 1 and 1 Garurumon, or version 2 trade from this Digimon's Digivolution cards. If this effect played, place this Digimon's top of your security. So obviously it's really, really nasty for just pumping out those that random aggression, being able to swing, become completely invulnerable, popping a body. potentially multiple bodies, and then end of attack playing out your Melga and your War Gray to like do it again. Disgusting. Like that is so nasty. Only 2 of it. It's not CS traits, so not searchable. But it is really nice to be able to have that option, because being able to become immune to Digimon effects can actually definitely come up for sure. Especially against something like Royal Knights, Blast Digimon. So yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Last for the Omnis, we have 2 of the BT17 Omni Ace. You can blast DNA, so that's super annoying to deal with. It has raid blocker if it's DNA digivolving. Choose one of your opponent's Digimon, return it, and all of the Digimon with the same level to the bottom of the deck, then delete one of their Digimon. Again, potential board clear for this one. Really nasty. It's only as a 2 of. Honestly, the problem with Omni before was that, you know, you were running this as your main Omni, and that always pissed me off because it's an ace. So it's like, that was really annoying. I was running Alter S a lot back then, as like kind of like my pseudo main Omni, but I was still running this as the main one. But now it's taking a backseat because there are way better Omnis out there. So speaking of Omnis, it's not really an Omni, but that you DNA into, but it is one of those cheeky one-ofs. So Alter B, everyone knows it's the Digivolve 3, one of your opponent's Digimon, then choose any number of your opponent's Digimon that their play cost total is 6, delete them. When attacking, trash up to 3 level 6 or higher in the Digivolution cards. And then among your opponent's Digimon Tamers, delete one with the lowest play cost for each card trashed. If you trash 3 cards, trash top 2. So this is absolutely insane when you are able to, like, let's say swing on suspend with Omni, and then you go Alter B, and then you just end of turn swing, or you just keep turn swing, and then trash security swing for game. Absolutely disgusting. It's there as a one of. Honestly, you could probably take it out if you wanted to, but this card's beautiful. So plus, you don't know, you never know, it might come up to get that super fast blitzkrieg onto your opponent out of nowhere. That's it for the Digimon. Next up, we have the Tamers. So we have 4 of the Matte Ties. I mean, it's an Omnimon deck. You can't, yeah, in my opinion, you can't run Omni without Matte Tie, right? So, or should I say Tie and Matte? When one of your Digimon is played by suspending this Tamer, if you have a Greymon gain a memory, Garurumon gain a memory. So you're going to be gaining 2 memory when you're doing your shenanigans. So it's really nice because you're with this new CS Digimon, you're warping for 6 and gain 2 memory usually, right? So you're basically going to make your warping play for 4, which is disgusting. End of your turn, one of your Digimon with Omnimon and its name may attack a player. Again, really nice in case you just pass too much memory and you need to get that extra swing off with something like an Alter B. So run it as a 4 of, I feel like you can't really go down on this in my opinion. It's just so good. It's just so memory efficient. Again, if you have multiple of this out, it's like just even like 2. Ooh, so good. You're making your plays for so cheap. Now for the new Tamer, we have 4 Nokia. I was actually running this at 3, but I bumped it up to 4 for one specific reason. But for Nokia, it's a memory setter, start of main on play. If you have 1 or fewer Digimon, you can play an Agu or Gabu from your hand, so that's really nice. And then all turns, if all your Digimon with Greymon, Guru, Omni get 1,000. So really nice for just being able to pump out free bodies. Absolutely disgusting in terms of just like free resources, especially when you are just searching for your bodies, searching for your pieces, and your Nokia just lets you play out stuff for free, get that extra swing off. with that being said, we're running one Nokia. The deck does need Nokias. The CS Digimon need a Nokia in order to be able to warp for 6. This one's the one that lets you play a Gabu or Agu from your hand. And then if you're digivolving into Garuru, Greymon, or Omni, suspend it to reduce their memory cost by 1. So that's nice too. Sometimes it's like kind of awkward because it's like, oh, okay, well, you don't have an Agu, you don't have a Gabu, or you don't want to play it because it's the only one in your hand. So you just play this and it's like, okay, cool. I was running at a 2 of, I was doing like a 3-2 split between these. But I changed it to 4 of the Nokia, just because, again, I felt like this was kind of awkward sometimes. But also for this specific reason, Mira. This Mira is so nice. Start of main, you can return this tamer to the bottom of the deck, and then basically you can play a play cost 4 or higher CS trait from your hand. It has to be a tamer. So basically you're playing your Nokias for free because it's a 5 cost. Really, really nice to be able to get those free Nokias. Again, to just have like more targets to have a free Nokia is really nice, because sometimes it's like, oh, I need a Nokia on board, but I have like this one, and it's just like, oh, I have to guess I'm going to play it for 3. It's like, dang, that sucks, when you could just have a Mira and play this Nokia for free, right? So, but aside from that, it's also a searching card. So on play, treasure card with basically CS to draw 2. You don't have Holy Beast or Fallen Angels or anything like that, so that doesn't matter. But you have a lot of CS cards, so you're going to be able to put it in the trash where your Agu can recycle it, and then you're going to draw 2. So it's really, really nice. And then last up for the Tamers, we have 2 of the Yugo. I'm trying this one out. So on play, reveal top 3, add a card with CS trait among them to the hand, and then when any of your Digimon or Tamers with CS would be played, by returning this Tamer to the bottom of the deck, reduce the play cost by 2. So that's really nice because it acts kind of like a memory boost in a sense, right? Because you're searching top 3, you're adding a CS trait, but then you're also reducing play cost by 2, which, I mean, it depends on how you want to look at it, right? You're either gaining 2 memory or reducing the memory cost by 2, so that's super nice. What I like about this one, and you can compare it with, I'll talk about it later, with the detective agency. Here, I'll just talk about it now, I guess. I run 2 of the detective agency. Basically, it's the same thing, right? So, but this one's, if you have a CS Digimon or Tamer on the field, you can ignore the color requirements, which you need because you don't run yellow. Reveal top 3 at a CS trait, and then you put it in the battlefield, and then it's delay gain to memory. So yeah, these cards are basically doing the same thing. Honestly, I think I prefer Yugo more, just because you can just play it outright. You know what I mean? But with Kuremi, the detective agency, you need to have a CS trait Digimon or Tamer. So that's kind of annoying, especially if you have that the EX4 Gabu or Agu. You can't play it. So you can play Yugo though. So, but they're both achieving the same thing: gain 2 memory versus reduce 2 play cost. I guess the other argument is that Kuremi can work better with like the old BT17 warping Digimon, because this isn't CS, right? So I guess you're not able to like play off of that. So I don't know. I guess it's just preference at this point. I'm trying both at 2. It's a 2-2 split, so I'm just gonna see which one I like more. Yugo is actually a new addition. Just because I was, each of these were the megas, so I was running the 1 extra BT17 War Gray and then 1 extra BT17 Melga. So again, if you want to run 6 of each, you can probably just substitute one of these 2 cards out, or even like the Alter B. But anyways, for the last cards of the deck, we have 4 of the Miraculous Mega Knight. This is the most broken option for the deck. You can, for 2 costs, you play an Agamon or Gabu from your hand or trash, then you place in the battle area, and then if you're a level 6 Greymon Guru would leave the battle area, you activate the delay, which would let you DNA into an Omni from hand. And then it has an inheritable of, for the security effect, play a tie or mat in its name from your hand or trash, then add it to the hand. So really nasty for protecting your level 6 pieces that you pay so much memory for. And just obliterating someone out of nowhere with an Omnimon, they basically have to always respect it. They have to always answer your level 6s, because if they don't, then Miraculous Mega Knight is really tough to deal with. You basically have to force an Omni out, right? Force an Omni and then answer the Omni right after that, which some decks can't do too well, or it's really difficult to answer big bodies twice. That's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for watching. If you like competitive Digimon content, make sure you like and subscribe, follow for more, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.